taking you 5 days into the future for our May 13th, 2025 Palmer City Council meeting. We've got a resolution about the Japanese language program at Palmer High School. It was at risk earlier this year, and a couple council members brought forward the resolution to confirm the City of Palmer's desire and interest to see the program continue. There's also administrative policy for citywide donations, IM 25-001. That was postponed from our April 29th special meeting. And here's kind of my brief overview. The city had adopted code in 2022, 12.30, to establish guidelines for donation and memorial policy for parks and rec facilities, including outdoor facilities. This code outlines standards and procedures for donations as well as criteria for what can be accepted. There's also descriptions for trees and monuments and interpretive signs and how they're treated. And this 2022 policy serves the community well by allowing upgrades to existing public park facilities and guidelines giving a formal acceptance mechanism for receiving smaller scaled items from the community. And now this is something, it was code, so that was adopted by the council back in 2022. And now the administrative policy is formalizing a comprehensive citywide donation policy on procedures for accepting larger donations that are not considered park or park facility donations. It also gives guidance to city personnel on how to properly accept donations. It also gives guidance to city personnel on how to properly accept donations. Thresholds are established for when city council approval is required, and the same requirements as our current purchasing guidelines for determining when approval is necessary by the city council. The policy helps to outline details of how our local government works. The day-to-day operations are carried out by city staff and department directors under the guidance of our city manager. The finance director requested such a policy to give the departments guidance in creating financial management. And currently, the Palmer Municipal Code gives little guidance to acceptance procedures, including purpose, financial management, and donor/city relationships. The policy will give the staff the necessary tools to ensure the city meeting all statutory requirements and satisfy the donor's expectations. Included in the policy is a section related to city-initiated capital fundraisers. It's the intent of the staff to utilize this to solicit and accept donations from community members that wish to contribute to the new Palmer Public Library. There's also a capital fundraising campaign for Palmer Public Library construction. That's AM 25-045. This action memorandum is to authorize the city manager to initiate a capital fundraising campaign to support the construction of a new Palmer Public Library and reduce the overall cost to residents. Here's some key points. The initiative responds to the strong community support for the project, as residents have expressed interest in making financial contributions towards the new facility. All funds raised through this campaign will be applied directly to the project's construction costs. In the interest of transparency and sound financial management, the Finance Department will establish a separate, dedicated account to track and manage all campaign contributions. The total fundraising goal is $1.75 million, and a separate fundraising campaign has been initiated by the Friends of the Palmer Public Library. To date, they have successfully raised approximately $210,000 through private gifts and community fundraising events. These funds will also contribute to the overall funding of the library construction project. And approval of the fundraising guidelines must be approved by the City Council for proceeds exceeding $15,000. Staff will continue to collaborate with community partners, coordinate outreach efforts, and provide regular updates to the City Council regarding fundraising progress and financial reporting. The City of Palmer will recognize the generous donations of individuals and entities who have chosen to support the Palmer Public Library through a tiered recognition system. This system honors the dedication and commitment of our valued supporters and ensures that their efforts are acknowledged in meaningful ways. They've got some guidelines there of a founder is like $1 million or more. A pillar is $100,000 to $999,000 and $9,900. Founder is for $1 million or more. Pillar is from 100,000 to up to $1 million. Visionary is 50,000 to 100,000. Champion is 10,000 to 50,000. Advocate is 1,000 to 10,000. And supporter is $250 to $1,000. And in the action memorandum, there's descriptions of what recognition is given to the different donors. Also a reminder that this week has been Palmer Cleanup Week, and then May 10th, if you're getting this early, you might still have time to come down. On Saturday, there's 2025 City of Palmer Cleanup Week, but they've been doing the major cleanup on the Saturday. And so that starts at 9 o'clock Saturday down at the old Palmer Public Library parking lot. There's a free barbecue for participants at 11:30 and a bike raffle, 18 and under, at 11:45. There's also a meet and greet for Palmer City Manager Colby Zirkle. So join us for light refreshments and welcoming Colby Zirkle to our wonderful town. That's Monday, May 12th from 5 to 7 p.m. at the Palmer Depot. And upcoming, we've also got a Palmer City Council work session June 6th. That's a Friday at 6 p.m. and it's training provided by the State Division of Community and Regional Affairs and our city attorney. And for meeting agenda highlights, there's a public hearing for the resolution of the Palmer City Council supporting the continued success and long-term sustainability of the Palmer High School Japanese Language Program. And then under action memorandum, we've got 25-041 authorizing city manager to spend $30,000 in pass-through funds from the COSAP grant that was approved by the council back in December 12th, 2022. Action memorandum 25-042 approve city council grant in-kind amount of $1,312 to the Chamber of Commerce. Action memorandum 25-045 authorize the city manager to initiate a capital fundraiser campaign for the Palmer Public Library construction. And an action memorandum 25-043 accepting and appropriating the 2025 State of Alaska High Visibility Enforcement Overtime Grant with a code number in the amount of $12,672 to be used for high visibility DUI enforcement activities by the Palmer Police Department. And 25-044 accepting and appropriating the 2025 State of Alaska High Visibility Clicker or Ticket Enforcement Grant in the amount of $1,320. And then for unfinished business, we have the IM 25-001 informing the City Council of the administrative policy for citywide donations, postponed from the 29th of April. Special meeting. So this has been Steve Carrington, Palmer Mayor, taking you 5 days into the future for our May 13th Palmer City Council meeting.
Down, lining up, take your 544, then red and white, big airplane down at the end of the runway there. So all of our parts and pieces are coming together. 7 Alpha Mike coming in for the first drop. That pilot being in coordination on handheld radio with the helitack, talking about the drop, making sure it's accurate.